going on?
My ADD kicked in.
Alright. Welcome back, everybody. So,
What's up, guys?
it's a little bit of a mess, but let me explain what's going on. So, after having the battery, we're kind of making some movements. The stair is cut out, and we're trying to see if we can move things around. But let me start by explaining what led to this madness. So basically, the slide out took a dump again. This time it didn't have to do with any motor, SCHWINTEK motor issues. It's just the design itself, guys. So we managed to get it in. And so the problem was back down here. I can't get into it because I don't want to open it because it's, you know, we're just afraid it might not close back. But basically, the gear rack assembly in here, it took a dump. It's basically, so this big slide out, in order for it to work pretty well, the rig needs to be super, super leveled, and the square will perfectly fit in the square. But we boondock a lot, so that's kind of hard for us. So when we're out boondocking, we are always not going to be leveled. And what happens is it's messing up the assembly here, and instead of it, I don't know how to explain this, but instead of it staying square, it doesn't. So it's hard to get in, so it messes that assembly rack. And what's happening was the assembly rack was doing, like, it wasn't on its track, basically, and it's causing it to not slide in. So we had to take a screwdriver to try to put it back on its track, I guess. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but I'll put the picture, I'll pull up the schematics of how that looks, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Basically, the SCHWINTEK design is just a poor design. The railing system and all that stuff that I'm gonna have pulled up for you guys. All this railing system here is just a flawed design. It's basically, Kevin explains it as steel and aluminum trying to work together, right?
Yeah.
And so,
well, that's what I think.
Yeah, and it's just like kind of silly. So, but we're definitely not going to be out of commission. You know, we're definitely going to continue on with our trips. We're just going to make some modifications. So right now, Kevin's moving the new battery that we just got into right underneath the dinette, because there's a lot of room. Well, originally, we'll figure this out. He took out the stairs so we can get access to the battery, but now we want to move the battery. So we'll get that back together. And let me get in here. Oh, and check this out. It's a little bit of a mess, but we removed the theater seats so we can have the dog kennel here. So because the slide out's gonna have to remain closed, guys, we needed, obviously there's not enough room for all four of us to be in here, you know, in sync. So here's the dog's kennels, and this is where the theater seats was. So we took that out, and then here's that center portion of the theater seat. We left that here because you see those two vents, that's actually the heat vents. So we left it there just so that the heat vents are not exposed. It's already there, ready to go for us. But this works out pretty well. Now we can still take the dogs out, and we can still go about our trips. It's just the slide out's just gonna have to remain closed. So one more thing before I get to this section is that Kevin had to cut the bed, because when the slide out is in, we cannot put the bed down. So the bed is down, as you can see, but that's because Kevin actually had to make some modifications here, and things had to get cut. So something got cut down here, and now we're like able to open everything, like just it barely made it. So it's very tight, but it's working out so that we can, you know, get access to the bed. We can sleep over the bunk over the cab, but it's just not comfortable for us. We just would prefer a nice bed. But let me see if I can get, I don't think there's really much I can show you guys in here with it being closed, so it's kind of difficult. But yeah, this design's just crappy. So you see there's 2 racks up here and there's only 1 rack down there. But yeah, I'm gonna pull up the owner's manual and show you guys basically a digital schematic of what I'm talking about on that gear rack assembly. But so those were the 2 modifications we made so far. Is we had to cut the bed to make it straight down, and then we took out the theater seats so the dogs can continue on the travels with us. And this mess that's going on right here. So as you can see, this little storage, it's literally that's it. That's the storage. We have this extra space, a ton of space. Kevin's already cut a hole here. So we're gonna put the battery in here because originally it was underneath the stairs. We're gonna put the battery here because look at all this room. And we're gonna be able to keep the temperature of the battery in a good position down here in the dinette as well. So that's what we got going on this weekend, guys. It's looking a little bit of a mess, but we're definitely gonna make this functional so that we can continue onto our trips. So with the slide out, so basically, reached out to Thor. We're out of warranty, so there's nothing they can do for us at all. We can probably order parts and do it ourselves, but it's not going to fix the flawed design of SCHWINTEK, Lippert, whatever. And this isn't just Thor, guys. So SCHWINTEK and Lippert, basically, they are the supplier for all these RV brands. So if you have a slide out with SCHWINTEK, just expect it to fail. Sorry to break the news. Just expect it to fail. It's not just the motors, it's just the design completely. So we've been talking about it and we've discussed it with a lot of viewers in the comment section about getting the room system out in Tucson, Arizona. So we did get an appointment, guys. So right now it's January. We're not gonna get it until October at the end of the year. So this is why we're making all these adjustments, is so that we can continue to just do our trips, because we don't want lake season. Last season was already bad because we were working on the backyard and all that stuff. We don't want to skip out on desert season either. So we're just going to make some improvements, I guess. So we can just, you know, continue with the slide out in so the dogs can continue to come with us. But yeah, that's what we've got going on this weekend, guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining in this madness. It's a little bit of a mess right now, but I can't wait to show you guys what the finished product is. So once this is all ready and cleaned up, guys, I will turn her back on. Other than that, we're just getting this all cleaned up. It's just looking like a mess right now, so there's nothing right now makes any sense. So once we're all done here, we'll give you guys the final look. Yeah, we'll give you guys the final look once it's all done. But yeah, guys, the darn slide out issues. Anyone out there with the SCHWINTEK, definitely, we're hoping the room's gonna help.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and then a couple of things with the room. They did mention that, so they don't sell the kits to anybody out there, but they are working with dealers and suppliers and stuff to be an approved vendor, so there can be more third-party locations to help install the product, because they only work Monday through Thursdays, and the soonest we were able to get in was not until October. But it's not going to stop any of our trips, for sure.
No, it isn't.
Yeah. So we're going to continue on, and then there's a couple of things I want to do too. So like this, so because of the slide out, you know how we're always not leveled, it's also causing a lot of weight on the kitchen here. So you see the slab, this slab, I don't know, this is kind of stupid. I feel like we should just rip this out because this is actually really heavy. there's really no need for this backsplash because I feel like I can just replace it with a sticker backsplash or something, some kind of vinyl. Because look at this, you guys can see the glue starting to peel away from the countertop. And under here, we had put a shim down here a while back because it was hanging off. Not in here. Was it down here? There's a shim right there. Let me get the light. You see that little shim? We had to shim it right there because it was sagging and there wasn't even enough support. So yeah, we got that shim there for support, but down the line we're gonna have to take a look at that again. But other than that, I feel like we should probably rip these out. Maybe we can do that this weekend too. But yeah, so we will turn her back on once, you know, everything's all cleaned up, because right now it's just a mess. Nothing's making sense right now. It's just not looking good. So we'll be back. All right, guys, it's been a few days. Let's see how we're doing. So this is all cleaned up. I think we're going to be using this as a compartment. We're thinking maybe shoes when we walk in and out. So let's see what's going on in here. All right, making some progress. It's been raining a lot, guys, and it's a weekday right now, and Kevin's actually at work, so I'm just gonna take a break to, you know, film what we've got going on so far. So look at how nicely the battery fits into this compartment. So what was originally there were the seat belt mounts. So that's why there is that. That's why there's a lot more room in the center here, and then we have more room over there. So we took out the seatbelt mounts. So I doubt anyone's going to be traveling with us anytime soon, because we cannot have anyone in here without the slide out not working. And this is how small the little slide out drawer is. It's not that big of a storage. So other than that, you know, it looks good versus, you know, a few days ago when I showed you guys, it was a mess. It was a mess. But yeah, right now we're just trying to make this work so we can continue on with our trips and continue to bring the doggies along. So I think, okay, so the weather's looking good right now, but it's supposed to hit again this weekend. And we really, really want to, so I went through how the slide out is broken. We really want to attempt to open it to show you guys all the noise it's making, all the grinding the rails is, you know, all the friction, the rails with the gear and all that stuff, just to give you guys a better idea of what's been going on with the slide out. So, yeah, if the weather is good, fingers crossed, I don't know, maybe we can get it like first thing, like Saturday morning, then we can tackle it on. And then fingers crossed, if we do open it, we can close it back again. So, you know, more to follow, guys, but just wanted to give you guys an update on how this is looking along. This is good space right here for sure. So Kevin will keep cleaning things up, and I think in the stairwell, we're probably going to get some bed liner paint that we had talked about to paint up these boards. And then we'll be golden on this storage compartment. But yeah, we'll see you in a bit. All right, guys. So next day, here's what Kevin's got done. So the boards in that, where the battery tray used to be, sprayed it down with some of this undercoating spray so that we can get these ply boards a lot more solid, rugged, I guess. So yeah, here's the next day's update, and we'll put that all back on the compartment. So we have that stairwell compartment available now because we're moving the battery up into the dinette. And it's looking a little bit messier. Got worse, didn't get any better. So Kevin kind of just, you know, wanted to clean this up a little bit more. So yeah, so all the boards have been taken out and they're up there now. But yeah, good. I thought it was gonna get better, but it looks worse today. But it'll get there. It'll get there. So we will Kevin's just gonna keep at it when he gets back from work, and I'll keep updating you guys. Rain. Working in the rain.
Rain, rain, go away, come back another day.
So that. Trying to use the awning for some coverage, guys. But
Alright, we're gonna dab it up.
Alright guys, the box is looking good. Kevin's just caulking this with some like window sealant just to keep some elements out of this box. It's basically just gonna be a storage for us. I'm thinking maybe shoes. I think shoes would be like the best. You kind of just like throw them in here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's coming along. It's let me see if I can get up here. But it's looking a lot better than the last couple of days. This is still the same. Wires just need to be cleaned up a little bit more, but this box here is coming along. But yep, we'll check back in later, or you know, in the next couple of days when the rain's stopping. It's just crazy rain right now. Finally, the rain has let up just a little bit. We got all this tarp stuff going on, guys, to block us from the elements, but check this out. The stairwell box is all nice. Look at that. This is good to put storage in, and I think down the line we could probably, we're gonna use it for storage for now, but we could probably use it as like maybe an air compressor, a vacuum, something that we can put all of our emergency tools here. So this is a good extra storage space for sure. Let me try to go under there and see what it's looking like. It's kind of wet down here, but there you go. It's all nice and sealed. Now let's head back up and see how Kevin's doing with the battery relocation.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
All right, it's starting to
It's getting there.
look good.
After like 2 days, but
Well, and nonstop rain, guys. It's really hard working on electrical stuff with the rain. Kevin's headlight right here. It's causing a flash. Yeah, it's really hard. You know, it's for Kevin to work here in the rain with all this electrical stuff, because you got to go. So all these wirings was in the stairwell down here. So he had to take it out and go from underneath and shove it up in that hole right there. So again, this is the dinette, the eating dinette area, and there's this one little storage box. This is how small this box is, but look at all this space. The only reason why this space was taken up previously by the seatbelt mounting bracket, so we took that out and we were putting the battery in here. So now we won't have to worry about, you know, if we do go to in cold weather, we don't have to worry about this being under here and getting really cold. At least it can stay up here with us, and if we have a heater going on, it'll be a lot more warm up here than down there. So we even moved all the, you can see all the electrical stuff is in here. There's the lithium BIM for the battery. It was originally equipped with the BIM 160, and again, that's so that it can protect the alternator. I guess it cycles on and off so that it cools it down so it doesn't disrupt the alternator and the chassis. But other than that, check this out, guys. It's looking good. Oh, and then here's our Victron charger. So when we're at home, instead of charging it into the 120 outlet at home, we're going to use this to charge it, so that before a trip, this battery is going to hit 100%, because of its smart, technology, it sometimes will just go to sleep. And then, like, if we're planning for a trip, we'll turn on the battery. It'll be like 60% because it went to sleep. So we definitely want to use the Victron to get it charged to 100% when right before a trip, so when we're headed out, we don't have to worry about all that and whatnot. But it's looking good, guys. It's looking good. So I don't think we're gonna get to opening the slide out, only because the weather just hasn't been really, yeah, it hasn't been in our favor, really strangely, for California weather. It's been kind of weird weather lately, so I don't think we're gonna open it in this video, but for sure once, you know, we get to good weather. We have a trip coming up this next weekend, so we won't have time to get into the slide out, but for sure, I'm pretty sure the rain should be letting up now in the next couple of weeks, so we're definitely gonna open it, show you guys what's going on, get through all the mechanisms and what why the slide sucks. But other than that, guys, this is the end of the video. Everything's all cleaned up. We're gonna get ready for our next trip, guys.
Ooh, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in this week with, you know, just our slide out mess and whatnot, guys. We're making it work. All of this stuff, we're making it work so that we can continue to camp. Thanks for joining us this week, guys. We'll see you guys next weekend.
Hey, see you guys. Bye.